New videos every day.
I could give you a million reasons to avoid junk food and eat more healthy. In this video, the reason is strictly vanity, and I'm counting down the top 10 reasons why junk foods cause early aging and wrinkles. Our bodies are in a constant state of growth, repair, and maintenance. The metabolic processes that go on within our cells require a whole range of nutrients: vitamins, minerals, enzymes, amino acids, fats, water, etc. When we aren't getting the nutrients our body needs, our body is less equipped to do all of those general functions. So you can just imagine that the growth, repair, and maintenance of your skin, hair, bones, internal organs are all being compromised whenever you eat junk foods instead of healthy, natural foods. Water is the basis of your blood, your brain, your intracellular fluid, and it's also required for every single metabolic process that your body does. Water is just so important to your overall health, and I can't stress that enough. Soda, coffee, beer, and other beverages not only contain empty calories, refined sugar, caffeine, and other chemicals which zap water out of your body, but they also are replacing the water you should be drinking with your meal or throughout the day. I personally carry around a glass water bottle with me everywhere I go that I reuse and refill so that I'm constantly drinking water. Now, of course, filtered water is going to be best for you, but even tap water is going to be better than soda, coffee, or any other beverage you could be drinking. Now, tea is a close second to water and has a lot of nutritional benefits in itself. You just want to be aware of the caffeine content. And I also want to mention that coconut water is actually more hydrating than water, and it also contains electrolytes. So coconut water is a great replacement for energy drinks or any time that you're feeling especially dehydrated and thirsty. Processed foods are loaded with chemicals, added for flavor, texture, preservation, appearance, etc. And every time that our body does a chemical reaction to deal with these chemicals, we end up with some molecular chump change, some leftovers called free radicals. Now, free radicals are energetically unstable molecules that literally go in and attack your healthy cells and your healthy tissues so that they can attempt to neutralize that energetic instability. So the more that we are eating chemicals, the more chemical reactions we're going to have, and the more free radicals we're going to have. Now, our body is equipped to deal with a certain amount of free radical damage, and this oxidative stress is a natural part of the aging process. But when we are really overloading our body with chemicals and free radicals, then that is a great way to accelerate aging. Now, cigarette smoke is another thing that contains a great amount of free radicals, and you can see when you look at a lifelong smoker the evidence of that free radical damage. Many of these chemical food additives are just plain toxic. MSG and caffeine are two clear examples. A substance which is known to have toxic effects in the body, but is used in foods anyways, either for the flavor or the addictive properties. Nitrates, which are used in processed meats, especially hot dogs or prepackaged deli meats, can also have a toxic effect once being converted by the body. Alcohol is a great example of a toxin, and we all have a very clear idea of how that toxin affects our health. The bottom line here really is that there are so many chemicals, it's nearly impossible for them to thoroughly test each and every one of them, much less for you to remember which chemical is which and which one is toxic. The easiest solution is definitely just to avoid these chemically altered frankenfoods in the first place. Our bodies were designed to run on fats, proteins, and complex carbohydrates. we really aren't equipped to process huge amounts of refined sugar, even though that's what most Americans are actually eating. Too much refined sugar in your blood literally attacks your healthy cells and tissues, especially collagen, which we know is important for giving our skin that youthful elasticity. Eating too much refined sugar is also going to stress your adrenals, and that's going to give you problems with energy and sleep. And that is going to accelerate aging too. Our body is constantly working to maintain a consistent blood sugar level, or constantly working to maintain the amount of sugar in our blood. Our blood has to have just enough sugar that our body has the energy it needs, but not so much sugar that that sugar begins doing damage. Every time we eat, we are affecting our blood sugar levels. And when we eat refined sugar and refined flours, it causes a very intense spike in our blood sugar levels. If we're spiking our blood sugar levels too often or too intensely, we can develop insulin resistance, and this can lead to type 2 diabetes. Now, the amount of stress that your body is going through every time you spike your blood sugar causes a huge amount of cellular degeneration, oxidative damage, and can just in general accelerate aging. So not only do we have type 2 diabetes as one of these really horrible potential side effects, but you should understand that accelerated aging is also a part of that negative effect. Fats play a multitude of roles in our body. The lipid bilayer of every cell in your body is made out of fat, not to mention your brain, your nerve cells, and this layer of adipose tissue just under your skin that keeps it looking soft and supple. When we eat chemically altered fats, like partially hydrogenated oils, aka trans fats, we're kind of playing an evil trick on our body. So our body will use those fats like they would any other fat, but when push comes to shove, those fats cannot perform the necessary function. And any time that we are hindering or challenging our body's natural functions, we're accelerating aging and degeneration. So if we can avoid these partially hydrogenated oils, which are found in margarine, vegetable shortening, and most processed foods, we're going to be a lot better off. Opt instead for natural oils like olive oil and coconut oil and even butter as a much better alternative to margarine or any butter substitute. Inflammation occurs when the body sends additional blood and nourishment to a particular area that needs some healing. A great example might be an insect bite or a cut or a bruise. But inflammation also occurs internally, and it's been linked to heart disease, cancer, and a whole host of other illnesses. Most of the things I've already mentioned in this video have been related to inflammation. It's been noted that partially hydrogenated oils can cause inflammation, simple carbohydrates, toxins, omega-6 fats, and just chemicals in general. When we're eating a lot of processed foods and junk foods, we have to know that internally our body is having to do some healing. And as long as that's going on, this inflammation can also accelerate aging and degeneration. Now, it should really go without saying, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyhow. Anytime our health is compromised, we are accelerating the process of aging and degeneration. And we've done videos ad nauseum about how junk food causes obesity, overeating, diabetes, and a whole host of other illnesses. Not only are we waging chemical warfare on our bodies when we're eating these processed foods, but we're also missing out on a huge variety of vitamins, nutrients, minerals, amino acids, etc. from all of the foods that we really should be eating instead. Studies have shown that eating while you are stressed out or while you are doing other things can contribute to weight gain and poor digestion. Because cortisol, the stress hormone, literally stops the process of digestion, anything that we eat while we're stressed out is going to take a lot longer to actually process and digest. So if we can make a point to just eat rather than eating while driving or working or watching TV, then we're more likely to have more thorough digestion, and we're also more likely to actually recognize when we're full and ready to stop eating. I would also throw in there that stress, in and of itself, has also been shown to accelerate aging and cause wrinkles. In this video, I spoke generally about how fast foods contribute to early aging, but in a future video, I'm going to count down the top 10 worst foods for your skin and your overall appearance. In addition to avoiding chemicals, another way that we can combat free radical damage is by eating more antioxidants. And in a future video, I'm going to count down my top 10 antioxidant-rich foods. If you found this video useful or even mildly enjoyable, I hope that you'll give me a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. Also, be sure to go to Facebook and friend PsycheTruth, and be sure to subscribe to our channel so you can check out all of our future videos too. If you'd like to learn more about how refined flour and refined sugar are both equally bad for your health, check out the video, The Truth About Carbohydrates. Dimethyl polysilicoxane, brominated vegetable oil, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. These are just a few of the common food chemicals out there in our foods. To learn more, check out my video, Are Food Chemicals Killing You? For a clear list of the 10 foods that you should avoid eating and some easy alternatives for each of them, check out my video, What Not to Eat. And if you've ever felt that you just can't give up your junk food, then check out my video on junk food proven to be addictive.